spring is here, guys, and no links in the bottom, no making money, no nothing. These are the flea collars I use. They're by Seresto, and they're not cheap. These run me $75 each for my small dogs or my cats, and $78 for my larger German Shepherd. You do get like a $15 rebate if you mail it in or do it through your cell phone, so I would save that. I would not buy these on Amazon. I would buy these directly from your vet. It seems like when you buy flea stuff or stuff like that on Amazon, you're just getting out-of-date products. It's just not worth it. So how well do they work? When you take this out of the can, let's say your dog was covered in fleas right now, and you they will instantly, not even within 2 minutes, start dying. That's how impressive this stuff is. And this works for 8 months. So it's pretty amazing how well this stuff works. Now with 11 dogs and 2 cats is what we have, and of course we have a couple cats outside, it gets expensive. I mean, I'm looking at just over $1,000. And what I do is I break it up. I'll buy a little bit one month, a little bit the next month, is what I do when I buy these Seresto collars. And what's in the house is basically 11 dogs and 2 cats. That's what's in my house all the time. Now, we have strays outside. I mean, there's one stray cat that, I don't know, she kind of adopted us. She's old. We don't know how old. I mean, everybody guessed when we take her down to the vet. Any cats that have come near us around the house, we have spaded. But she's an old cat, and we do give her a long chair to sleep on. And we even bought one of those pet heating pads that you put on the chair, so when she jumps on it, it creates heat and then warms her up. But on cold nights, through the winter time, she comes in. You know, and the only one she'll come to is my wife. She won't come to anybody else. Not me, nobody. She won't come to at all. And it becomes quite an ordeal to set up. Cats are really strange. They're a lot different than dogs. I remember when she got both the cats in the house fixed, and because when you don't, when they go in the heat, oh my, they are annoying. Better to fix a cat. So she got them fixed, but both cats hated each other. Meanwhile, they'd grown up together. They literally hated each other. And that went on for like a month. You had little cat fights going on, you had to break up. It was ridiculous. They didn't know who to blame, you know. They wake up after surgery and they're all upset, and they're like, well, you must have done it to me. So they get mad at each other. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen. The cat outside, which my wife calls Doodlebug, we brought that cat in on a cold night, and it cannot be with the other cats. It'll be a bloodbath. So we have to take the 2 cats that are in the house and put them in a large crate, a large dog kennel, and then that cat will be fine. But she'll walk by the cage and she'll swat it every now and then to say, hey. You know, it's just really strange the way cats are compared to dogs. So she'll spend the night in the house, and she doesn't want to stay in the house. She will she knows when it's cold outside, or it's, you know, it's just raining, it's just unbearable out there. She knows. Because once the sun comes out and things start to shine, she's like, she'll stand right by that door and she'll say, it's time for me to go. Come on, let me out. And you let her out and she'll jump on the lawn chair and sleep on it. There's cat food outside. And she normally wants to be outside. So we did put one of these Seresto flea collars on her too. Because, I mean, she's coming in the house, she's going to transfer the fleas. And hers we keep up to date. I mean, literally when the 8 months is gone, we put another one on. The ones in the house, not so much. I usually buy these once a year. That's the only time I buy these. So for 3 months or so, I'm not buying any flea collars. But I'm also breaking these up too. You know, like I said, I'll buy 4 one time, wait a month, buy 2, wait a month, buy 3, wait a month, buy 2, this type of thing. So during those 3 or 4 months when there is no fleas or no flea collars, it's kind of getting broke up. So then I'm only having to buy these once a year, but for that one feral cat that she rescued, I have to buy 2 of them a year, well, every 8 months. And there is like 3 or 4 other cats around the house too. They won't let us go near them. We caged them. We put a live cage out and caught them. We took them down to the vet's office and we had them spaded. So from what cats we've seen around our house, they're all spaded. And we released them, and now they're outside basically running around my house and getting a free meal. And it does cost a little bit in cat food, dude. Cat food's not cheap. I think the dogs are cheaper to feed than the cats, because with cats you got, you got treats, you got hard food, soft food. I mean, they're very picky animals to feed, is what they are. But like I said, no links at the bottom. If you're having a flea infestation or you got problems with fleas and you can afford these, I mean, they're expensive, 75 bucks a pop. You're going to notice the difference. Put these on, you've got peace of mind within. I'd say if you were loaded with fleas right now, and let's say you had 2 dogs, you throw 2 of these on, I'd say within 4 days they're gone. What I normally do is I trim all my dogs and give them short haircuts. And then I'll give them a flea bath after with some cheap flea soap, just as an extra measure. Dry them up real good, and then I let them dry for a couple hours, and then I'll put their collar on. That is the procedure I do. You'll notice this ain't open right now. This one's from my German Shepherd. She hasn't had her bath yet. Probably in a couple days I'll be giving her a bath, and then this will go on. But I want to make sure when I prep the dog before I put this on, that one's done. So I cut their hair real short. Now it depends on the breed of dog you got. You know, German Shepherds, you don't need haircuts, but I got Pomeranians, and their hair needs to be cut. They'll get matted sometimes behind the ears. That's got to be watched. Different things like that. And they are so funny to watch after they get a haircut. It's just like they're celebrating. Finally got rid of my long hair. But it is pretty funny to watch. But we have Pomeranians, we have Heinz 57s, we have cats, we got purebreds. I don't know. We're a animal family. And when you buy animals, hey, it costs money. For dog food, for fleas, for operations. Oh, there was one dog just recently, we call her Fancy. And she's a cute little thing. She's the smallest out of the bunch. And one of her back legs, I don't know what's going on with it, but it went out, the knee, inside the back leg. So we had to take her in for surgery. I think that was something like $1,200. I mean, that was a big surgery. They had to regrind the knee, stick it back in, and, you know, pain pills, all that stuff, pain medicine and all that to take care of that dog. And she had a brand new leg, basically, when it was all done. Now, she's just about healed up, and she's got to go in for the other leg now. So the other back leg has to be done. So literally, she's got a brand new pair of $2,500 back legs, is what she's got on her. And she's a 7-year-old is what she is right now. So what does a dog live for? 14 years, 15 years, if you're lucky? So she'll have another 7 years of no pain and a pretty good life. But it's it does cost money to have animals. And it was amazing because my son was with my wife when they were taking the small dog Fancy in to get her leg done. And somebody had heard what the bill was. And the guy behind him just said, oh, I wouldn't pay that. Oh, I'd put the dog down. I really find it amazing that people can say that. I really do. Because when I can't do that. I mean, the dog's my family. Everyone we have is our family. Every one of them. And when they're sick, they need to be taken care of. And it just means I do without. I got to work harder. That's all. But because she had a bad knee and it's going to cost, you know, $1,200, I'm going to go put the dog down? That just doesn't seem right to me. It really doesn't. And I guess my son got pretty upset with that guy when he said that. I think he said something in the way of, we should put you down or something. And I just giggled when I heard that. But they are your family, and they do cost money. I mean, between buying flea collars, between getting dog operations, getting rabies shots, you know, checkups. All my dogs go in for checkups. You know, those are small office visits. I think that's only 20, 25 bucks when I go because I have so many dogs. But it adds up when you got, you know, 11 dogs. You know, you figure 20, 25 bucks a crack, that adds up. And again, they don't all go at the same time. I mean, it literally becomes a ritual here. It literally becomes, okay, we're taking 3 today. You know, and then a few days later, we're like, okay, we're taking 2 today. It's amazing. It really is. So, anyhow, I wanted to let you know about the Seresto flea collars. You may like them, you may not like them, but we've had them on dogs and cats, and they work great. Go down to your vet, go pick them up there. I don't make any money off this at all. This is just letting you guys know what I know from all the dogs and all the cats I got. And this is what's working right now. Who knows? Maybe in another 3 or 4 years, the fleas will get allergic to this or won't work with this one day like the front line did. And then we'll be looking for something else. But right now, this works. And I'm telling you, in Tennessee, fleas and ticks, they're horrible. Oh, I also do this. If you watch this video to the end, I also buy this stuff in Walmart. It's in a red bag, and it kills ticks and fleas. And I spread that around my yard also. So that goes around the front yard, the side yards. I do that twice a year also. Because, I mean, the dogs do go outside. They'll go out in the front yard where it's all fenced in, and they'll play to their heart's content. So if there was any fleas out there, they're going to get on the dog, bring it in the house, and it just goes that way. So I also treat my yard. But it's something I always pay attention to. Anyhow, without rambling, I'll catch you guys on the next one. You might want to be looking into these. Summer's almost here. And the fleas and ticks, I'm sure they're going to be outrageous. With all the flooding we've had in Tennessee and all the water, I'll bet you this is going to be one of the worst years for fleas. So I wouldn't be sitting down. I would be taking a good look at it and thinking about how you're going to battle them before it begins. Because once you get them, they're hard to get rid of. I'll catch you guys on the next one.